Hi everyone, welcome to Best Recapped Movie. Today we want to speak about movie that called Dredd. In the future, two government agents with special abilities attack her place to arrest one of the most dangerous criminals in the city, who is the producer of a strange drug. This video contains spoiler. The story takes place in the future. The United States has become a wasteland, and from Boston to Washington, D.C., there is a city called Megacity 1, which has been spared from radiation. 800 million people live in huge blocks of flats and almost never go outside because there is so much violence and chaos in the streets. The only ones capable of maintaining some semblance of order are the magistrates, an elite group of city police assigned the duties of judge, jury, and executioner. They also have access to advanced weapons such as guns that can read your DNA and change the type of bullets they are loaded with. Dredd is one of these judges who is chasing three suspects in a van. The men are under the influence of slow MO, a new and highly addictive drug that diminishes the user's perception of time. They realize that a judge is following them, so they start shooting and try to escape. Dredd shoots out the van's tires, causing it to crash into a large block. When he gets closer to inspect the damage, he finds only two bodies in the van. Then he sees one of them running into the block. Dredd follows the trail of corpses left by the criminal until he finds him pointing a gun at a hostage, threatening to kill her if he is not allowed to leave. But Dredd offers him to release the hostages and go to prison without parole in exchange. The criminal does not accept the deal, so Dredd shoots a flaming bullet directly into his mouth. The girl thanks him and Dredd leaves the place. When Dredd returns to headquarters, the chief judge introduces him to Cassandra Anderson, a 21-year-old woman who was born in a block near the radiation wall. She is a mutant with the strongest psychic powers they have ever encountered, which is why she is given the chance to become a new recruit even if she fails the tests by only 3 points. This is also why she doesn't wear a judge's hat, as it hinders her special abilities. Dredd is tasked with taking her out on the field for a day and evaluating her performance to decide her future. Meanwhile, on a block called Peachtrees, we see Madeline Madrigal, aka Mama, a former phone whore turned drug dealer. Her bath is interrupted by her men Caleb and Kay, who brought her 3 drug dealers who sell other drugs at Mama's levels. Mama orders her men to be thrown them from the balcony after skinning them and injecting them with slow MO. After being taught the basic rules, Dredd allows Anderson to use her best judgment in choosing her first case, as they can only help with 6% of the 17,000 serious crimes reported each day. Anderson picks up the triple homicide in the Peachtrees and on their way tells Dredd that she wants to be a judge because she wants to make a difference. She grew up on a big block and knows there are good people inside. When they arrive at the crime scene, they meet Block's doctor, TJ, who takes blood samples from the bodies for them to identify. By checking in the system, they find that all 3 bodies belong to small and junky people without affiliation to any gang. Anderson believes that someone wants to send a message with this murder. TJ agrees and tells them about Mama and his tribe. Some time ago, she took over a client's drug business and gained control of the block by using extreme violence against other gangs. No one ever stopped her because judges never stop on a block like the Peachtrees that are most slums. With the help of TJ, Dredd finds her address on the 39th floor so they can go there to investigate. They go to the Mama's apartment, blow up the door with a small explosive and open fire on the people inside until they all surrender. This leaves Anderson quite shaken, as this is the first time she has killed someone. When she handcuffs Kay, his powers allow her to see into his mind and realize that he is the killer they are looking for. But since she's only 99% sure, that's still not enough to execute him. So Dredd decides to take him back to headquarters for questioning. Mama's hacker sees all the events on the CCTV camera and informs her. So Mama decides to stop them from leaving. After killing the guards, Caleb and some other gang members take over the tower's security control room and connect a special router to the computer that allows the hacker to communicate with the security control. And pretending to be a guard himself, ask permission to turn on the DEFCON system under the excuse they're just running some tests. Dredd, Anderson, and Kay return to the ground floor. The hacker has obtained the code to activate the war protocol, and by activating it, he closes all the doors and windows of the block. Then, Mama warns the people of the block that they cannot help the judges and that the block will be locked until they are killed. And she orders the members of the clan to be armed and chase them. Dredd tries to contact headquarters to report their situation, but their communications are down due to the shielding that now covers the building. They decide to go to the medical center, and on their way, the clan members chasing them. They easily shoot them after distracting them with a gas bomb and ride the elevator to their destination, which is also guarded by thugs. Dredd offers them a chance to surrender without violence, but the criminals refuse. So before he and Anderson can enter, he throws a stun grenade and then they are killed. TJ doesn't let them enter the medical center with him because he wants to remain neutral as a medical center. Anderson and Dredd switch their weapons to silencer mode. Anderson wonders if Kay isn't responsible. But Dredd points out that they can't afford to lose the prime suspect in the murder investigation. They take Kay with them and travel secretly. When they are about to be found by some members of the clan, Anderson uses her powers to find out the name of one of the tenants and mentions it when she calls so she can enter the house. They hide in the house until the thugs are gone, and before they leave, the tenant promises not to raise the alarm because she doesn't want them to kill more people. To prove she's being honest, she tells them about an elevator that has a sign that says it's broken, but it's not entirely true. It actually works if you choose a level above 75. On her way out, Anderson sees a photo and realizes with her powers that the woman's husband is one of the people she killed earlier. Mama's hacker follows them using CCTV cameras, and when they reach the 76th floor, he seals the corridors on Mama's orders to trap them on that floor. Dredd quickly realizes what's going on and shoots the camera near them. He orders Anderson to take Kay to the elevator lobby and wait there while he investigates. As Dredd walks down the hall, Kay, now alone with Anderson, tries to get on her nerves by telling her what they've done to young girls in the past and sending her mental images of touching her. And teasing her for being a pretty mutant, since they usually are deformed. But Anderson doesn't let him distract her and hits him. Meanwhile, Dredd reached the balcony and saw Mama on the opposite side with her men and heavy weapons. Ignoring the residents of the block, Mama orders to shoot Dredd. Dredd quickly returns to the lobby with Anderson. The bullets make a hole in the wall and Dredd realizes that they are close to the outer wall. At the same time, the security cameras are destroyed. So by shooting a big bullet, he creates a hole in the wall so that they can escape outside. Outside, their communicators are working again, so Dredd calls for help. And they go back inside, because if they stay out in that little roof, they'll have nowhere to run when they're found. Amidst the smoke and debris, they encounter Mama's men, who are looking for the bodies of the judges. Dredd kills everyone except Caleb. Then he takes him to the balcony and throws him down, so that Mama will see it as a message. After that, he violently drags Kay into the classroom and starts beating him. Dredd finds it suspicious that Mama is willing to kill a large number of residents and destroy an entire floor just to get rid of 2 judges, which must mean her real goal is to save Kay from being interrogated because he knows important information. Kay won't talk, so Anderson asks if she can use his power to make him talk. She makes herself appear inside Kay's head, so he tries to scare her away by imagining shocking scenarios of them being intimate, but she counters them with some violent imagery of Mama's teeth near his groin. Now that his defenses are down, Anderson can read his mind properly and find out the details behind Mama's operation. It is revealed that Peachtree's is Slow Mo's manufacturing and distribution center, and they are planning to take over the whole city. At this moment, more judges arrive outside the building. As Mama threatens him with a knife, the hacker pretends to be a security guard and tells them that their systems were down due to a fire on level 76 while they were conducting experiments. Judges believe the words of the hacker after seeing the smoke on that floor. Meanwhile, Dredd and Anderson are considering their solutions. Anderson thinks they should either run or hide to have a good chance. Dredd, who believes they should attack to Mama, trusts Anderson's psychic powers and agrees. After leaving the room with Kay, they are threatened by 2 teenagers with guns. While Dredd is distracted, Kay takes this opportunity to jump on Anderson and grab her gun, pulling her into the elevator. At the same time, Dredd makes teenagers unconscious with a quick reaction. Anderson is taken upstairs to Mama's base, where all of her henchmen are eager to torture her. First, Mama orders that no one hurt Anderson. She then chastises Kay for not being able to kill the judges or himself, but doesn't kill him because she lost too many people today. Mama knows the Justice Department will come to get her judges sooner or later. She wants to make everything look like something went wrong. So she wants everyone to do nothing so that there is no bullet on Anderson's body. The hacker realizes that Dredd has reached a terminal and plans to talk to the entire building through the speakers. Mama doesn't cut off Dredd's microphone to talk because she wants to locate him. The hacker finds Dredd 10 floors down, so Mama sends more men after him. When they arrive at Dredd's place, they find Dredd's body left inside as bait, and he's actually on the other side of the balcony, so he shoots a flame at them, killing them all. Having lost most of her men, Mama calls in 4 corrupt judges to kill Dredd for money. When the judges arrive at the block, they first dismiss the previous 2 judges and then start making up a story about Dredd and Anderson having a war there and being killed in the line of duty. TJ sees them and hears what they're saying, so he approaches them to tell them what really happened, but they shoot him back. After meeting Mama and making a deal with her, the judges split up to find Dredd. One of them finds Dredd and pretends to come to save him. But Dredd becomes suspicious that he isn't asking about Anderson's condition, and as soon as he mentions it, they start fighting. Dredd manages to kill him and leaves his body on the ground for the other judges who are on their way to find him. Meanwhile, Kay grabs Anderson's gun to kill her, but when the gun's sensor doesn't detect her DNA, it explodes, cutting off his hand. Anderson quickly kills him, then leaves the room and kills the others as well. Moments later, when Mama finds Kay's body, Judge Kaplan asks her to hide so she can kill Anderson herself, because when Anderson sees her, she won't know Kaplan's going to kill her. But when Anderson finds her, because of her mind reading, she learns the truth and quickly kills Kaplan. Dredd walks into Slow-Mo's lab and kills 2 guards to scare all the workers. The judges arrive and open fire. Dredd shoots at them but only manages to kill one of them before running out of ammo. Judge moves closer and wounds Dredd on the side of his stomach, but as he's about to finish, Dredd distracts him and tells him to wait. Anderson sneaks up from behind and kills him. Dredd uses the emergency kit on his belt to treat his wounds and then steals the judge's gun. They first find the hacker, who desperately shares some information so that Dredd won't kill him. Anderson reads his mind and realizes that the hacker has always been tortured by Mama to work only for her. After finding the location of Mama and the combination needed to get in there, Anderson frees the hacker. But Dredd is not satisfied, because he considers the hacker a criminal. They go to Mama's place, use the hacker's code to get in, and kill all the henchmen. Before they finally reach Mama, Mama installs a device on her hand. Dredd and Anderson kill the rest of the thugs in the room, but one of them wounds Anderson. Mama tells Dredd that she knew the judges could find her one day, so she bombed the upper floors of the building and detonated the device on her hand that is connected to her heartbeat, and if she dies, the building will explode. However, Dredd has an idea. He shoots Mama and then points out that they are a kilometer above the ground, so he wants to test the transmitter's range. After grabbing a bottle of Slow-Mo and forcing Mama to inhale it, he throws her down and she dies, too far away from the explosives for the transmitter to activate. After some time, the shield of the block finally opens and the Ministry of Justice enters with many backups. When Dredd tells Anderson that her assessment is over, she doesn't say a word and returns her badge to her before walking away, thinking she's failed. However, when the Chief Justice arrives and asks Dredd about her, he says that
she's a pass.
And here stories end. If you enjoy, please like the video and subscribe to our channel.